Hello, hello, guys. Sorry, kind of fast tonight. I don't know. Hello, I am Hanyo, your Demonson of File. It's been about like a minute. It's been about a week since our last stream. Been kind of busy in IRL junk and bunk. So sorry if I not doing more. I wanted to do more. I wanted to stream all throughout this week, but just didn't really have the time to do it. But that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna be streaming for the next 3 days, and I think I'm about to do a full week of streaming next week. Hopefully. Sorry for starting a little bit late. I had to check in on the mic and make sure all the settings were working fine. I had to, because I had to unplug it for a few days, and when I plugged it in last night to do the recording for the Mayfair video, it sounded weird. It sounded weird, and I had to, fiddle with a few things. But it's okay. It's good. It's good. Okay, I'm looking to stream on my phone. So this is how the stream looks like in vertical. It looks weird in vertical. I need to fix the vertical because the chat info and whatever, is right in front of my face. Does anyone hear what it looks like? Let me sure it sounded good. So this is how the stream looks like in vertical. It looks weird in vertical. God, that's my voice. Did the microphone pick that up? I don't want to check. I don't want to listen and check. I don't. But how's everybody been doing? How have they been doing the last couple of days? Hope you all had a fun weekend. Hope everybody had an amazing Halloween. Halloween was a lot fun. I did a lot more than I thought I would on Halloween. We took I always say our neighbor's son, but he's kind of like a nephew. He's kind of like a little nephew, and we took him trick or treating, just like in the mall, and it was actually pretty fun. It was pretty crowded. Oh, phone fell. Oh god, we're doing a lot of lagging. I'm checking the Twitch stream, and we're doing a bunch of stoppage. Oh, 1 second, chat. Let me see how what our what's we're looking for. I want to see how the tool is this. It says we're not dropping any frames. That is, it was probably as I took the Wi-Fi off of my phone to give the what am I looking for? To give the Wi-Fi a bit of a break. Okay, so yeah, we're good. We're all good technically. Okay, we're all good technically. That's just me and my tech, or whatever you want to call it. So let's just pick that off so I don't need to monitor it. Watching me watch me is going to give me anxiety. All right, let's start the game. Night 3. Or night 3. How many nights are there in the game? Like, how long is a typical playthrough? Love the music, a little dark, creepy, a little sexy. Stomp for this. Let's go. God darn it. I didn't even fix my screen. I forgot. I'm using the OBS to monitor the gameplay a bit. To mess up the comments. I'll figure out in a second. Once more, darkness falls upon the city. You wake up, same as you have these past few nights, in the windowless room as you pry open the reinforced steel door and you look out the window to see, invariably, a sky bereft of sunlight. And then it hits you. The hunger. Ooh, getting hungry. Get a little hungry. For a moment, you let yourself wonder if let it pass. Why are you giving us... This is such a text-heavy game. Why are you giving us such a small text box? Doesn't really make much sense if you question it. For a moment, you let yourself wonder if there will ever come a night when it's just not there. Given what you learned thus far, you probably have as much a chance of kickstarting your heart with a jump cable. Well, hey, in a world where vampires exist, never say never. And anything's technically possible. Oh, fuck me. I messed up the screen. I messed up the screen again already. Scuff. Already we're dealing with scuff. It's not my fault. I just need a new screen. I need an extra monitor. I have my laptop as base. I'm using TV as second monitor. And now I just need third monitor. I need a third monitor. Oh, there we go. I just pop out the chat. There we go. I move this on my main screen. Sorry, I know I should have done this all before starting to stream, but like I said, I had no time just to really sit down and play with stuff. So let me just do this real quick. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure if I have my Twitch and YouTube chat separated. I'm not sure if I have my Twitch and YouTube chat separated. Oh no. Twitch is gonna get pissed. There we go. Sophie's apartment. Did you promise to call on her? Might as well not keep the lady waiting. And hey, what else are you gonna do? I guess you just lay around for a couple centuries until things get interesting. Call him? She's probably worried. At least she will be. When she actually tries to give you a call. Which might not happen for a few more weeks, months. If she's busy doing press for her new piece. Oh, M! His sister! Oh, that's right, we have a sister. I forgot we have a sister. You could try to track down your sire, if the sheriff hasn't done that already. After all, he did buy your painting. There has to be a money trail, right? But even so, what will you say to him? The thoughts you put you in a weird mood. It's a strange sensation to walk the crowded streets, since you have so many times before, but feeling so disconnected. All these people, you're not one of them, not anymore. You're a vampire, kindred, and you need to carve your own path in a strange new existence. One way or another, appropriately enough, you arrive at Sophie's building just as you thought crosses your mind. A quick word with a security guard, and you're let into the elevator. Apparently, Miss Langley is suspecting you. Of course she is. You knock and wait. patiently, as the footsteps on the other side grow closer. Finally, the door opens and Gregory, Sophie's driver, invites you in. You find the lady herself standing by the window, silhouetted against the city's midnight glow. She stares out, motionless, like a marble statue. Okay, that's actually kind of nice. I'm a bit iffy on this game's art direction, but that actually looks kind of cool. Like, if it wasn't like this motion comic, like this was like just a comic panel, and it was like a full like half the page, I kind of like it. Everything all right? Am I interrupting something? Good morning, Sophie. I think everything all right because she's brooding. This woman normally doesn't brood. Is everything all right? She doesn't react immediately, but seems to snap out of some meditative state and looks at you with a strangely blurry eyes. Yes, it is. How kind of you to ask. Tell me, when you look out at the city, when you see the lights, hear the hum, smell the rain on the pavement, what do you think about? You gaze out. You thought the city wouldn't surprise you anymore. You lived here your whole life, after all. But tonight, something feels different. You realize in this moment that you have truly changed. Yes, you know what Sophie means. The way she gazed out that window and saw the truth beyond. You do the same. The view is fascinating, each detail absorbing, every angle a new experience. The familiar made sublime. When you turn to Sophie again, she smiles at you knowingly. Ah, so you understand. I have my doubts, but perhaps we are of a shared lineage after all. Lineage, okay, so part of the same vampire lineage, which we did get a little bit about that in the last playthrough. You see, the blood that flows within me is that of Clan Toreado. Toreado. There are 13 such bloodlines among us kindred, though that number has been contested in the past. In these nights, it seems that nothing is certain anymore. The clans have gone by many epithets over the years, but the names used these nights have their roots in medieval times. The original Inquisition, if you can believe it. They used to categorize us, describe our inherent differences. In time, we adopted them ourselves. Each clan has a uniqueness about it, inescapable, originating from an ancient progenitor, carried from sire to child. For the Torado, the gift lies in a sensitivity of sorts. We are uniquely attuned to beauty and ugliness both. We can see either where most cannot. A blessing on most nights, occasionally a curse. The sheriff of my clan as well, although you be hard pressed to see him in such. Poor Gador. It breaks my heart to see him in this state. Still, there is beauty to it as well. Nothing like a good fall from grace. Try as she might to act playful, you can tell she genuinely cares. She lets her gaze wander for a brief moment, but is quick to regain her composure. Then there are the Vincha, known for their pride and proclivity to rule over others. The prince represents that clan, as is quite common in our society around the globe, where the blue bloods think themselves rulers. The Bruja like to see themselves as preeminent revolutionaries. They call for universal rebellion while being slaves to their own temper. We don't discuss the rabble much anymore. After they largely broken off of the Carmelia, to think they were philosophers once long ago. I have to tell you more about some of the other bloodlines tonight. How can I tell a kindred's clan? Clans stick together, right? What's my clan? Do you know what my clan is? No, I can only guess. It's based on a certain aspect of your behavior and tastes. You'll need to come to your own conclusion and seek validation from your clanmates, if you require such a thing. As you will no doubt learn, some kindred fit these stereotypes more than others. The blood is hard to deny, though there are certainly those who try. But that is perhaps subject for another time. I invited you here for a reason. There is something I want to speak to you about. It is customary in our society, especially among younger kindred, to organize into coteries. Coteries? Oh, sorry. This problem starting to stream so late. I'm always tired. Sometimes these are called by the prince themselves, or mandated by a fledgling sire. In our case, you may treat it as more of a strong recommendation. I want you to seek out companions, not only because you need to learn more about our society, but also because it is useful. True friendships are rare among kindred, but having allies, even temporary ones, is something of a necessity these nights. We might be selfish creatures, but we are drawn to each other nonetheless. Where should I look for allies? Do you have your own coterie? Oh, what if I want to go at it alone? Yeah, I suppose I'm not the social type and would rather go at it alone. What then? God, that would be me. That would be me. I get made a vampire. Get welcome to the world of the night. I get all these blood-sucking immortal brothers and sisters to be lovers and enemies and rivals with. And I'm like, I just want to be alone. I just want to do it alone. I mean, we can hang every few decades, but I just want to go at it alone. Well, if you find the company of others disagreeable, I certainly don't intend to force it on you. I'm sure you'll find other ways to burn the nights away. But if you ever find yourself in need of existence, knowledge, or someone to talk to, it might be painful to realize there's nobody out there for you. Should you get yourself in a tight spot, I will not always be available or willing to lend a hand, so I would suggest to take this recommendation seriously. She puts on a mysterious smile. I spent some of my precious time last night asking around, pondering potentially kindred for you to meet. Came up with a short list of contacts. I hope you'll appreciate the gesture. Forging a partnership with them might offer perspectives, or viewpoints that I cannot provide. Lenses through which to view our kind. They are all members of the Carmelia, of course, more or less. You're choosing friends for me? Hey, we're not the social type. We got to expect people to help us out. Thanks, I guess. I mean, it seems weird. She does have her own motives, but it does seem to come from a genuine place of kindness. So yeah, who are they? Oh, no, I forgot to get my drink. Alright, stopping to take a small break. I'm not pausing. I'm not muting the mic. Oh god. Okay. I got water. Which was just sitting on the counter. I forgot all about it. Big cup of water. I got energy drink. And I got the gamer. All point for gamer. A Mountain Dew. I know, 2 sodas. It ain't healthy. I know it ain't healthy, but I'm tired here. I need some energy. Even we end the stream early and we only go at it for an hour, I still have other things to do tonight, so I need the kick to stay awake. I need the kick. So, cold drink first. Followed by water for the throat. Okay, let's go. Alright then. Let's hear it. Who's on the list? Who's on the list? Bum 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 bum. Eager to learn about them, I see. Good. I'm glad. Well, I don't really have much of a choice. It's either that or just waste away in my coffin. Oh, she's blabbering. So let's start the Tremere. Tremere? They are a powerful clan, disliked by many, but feared and respected by many more. They have been an important pillar of the Carmelia since the very beginning. They are blood sorcerers. But blood sorcerers? They have magic? We're talking about magic? Blood sorcerers. You could swear you once saw them play at the Apollo. Probably not the same blood sorcerers, though. I would assume not. Sophie snickers. Oh, child, don't be caught with that look on your face when you meet a warlock in person. They're really... Up. Can I go back up? They really are adept at using... Viat? Their own as well as others. 2 unique and potent effects. Since they are quite rigid in their hierarchy, the kindred I had in mind for you might need some persuading. His name is Agathon. Agathon, what is he? How old is he? From what I hear, he is quite the scholar. Very ambitious. The child of a noted Temere. Here in New York, Aisling Storborg. Spend enough time with Agathon, and I'm sure you'll run into her sooner or later. Blood magic? Intriguing. A scholar sounds boring. We have blood magic. Fuck you. A scholar is kind of cool. I don't know who the scholar is. But blood magic? Okay, yeah. What's blood magic? This whole blood magic thing sounds intriguing. Oh, yes. Fascinating is also a well-kept secret of the Tremere. Don't expect them to share it right away. Some things have to be earned. Anyway, if you wish to contact the young Tremere, I hear you can usually find him in a New Age bookstore out on Broadway. The Tremere have one of their workshops there. Gregory will give you the details. Now, this next recommendation comes with a bit of a caveat. As you recall me saying, most bloodlines have a unique features that might not be obvious at first glance. Well, there is one clan whose members wear their curse on their sleeve. The Nosferatu! Nosferatu. The undead player. Nosferatu. The vampire. Wait. Nosferatu as the German expressionist classic? No way! Alright, I love our character now. He is an artsy fartsy type. He would know what Nosferatu in the German expressionism. No wonder they make their haven in sewers, abandoned buildings and such. Their appearance is hideous and oblivious, obviously unnatural. Had they walked the streets like other kindred, the kind would have learned of our existence long ago. Did she just shudder? It's hard to tell with her, usually complexion, but you could swear her skin suddenly took on even more sickly color. That one I have in mind isn't as big as an eyesore as the worst of them, but he is no Adonis either. Still, he has some talents and connections that you might find useful. His name is D'Angelo, and he has an office, for lack of a better term, in the otherwise abandoned grain terminal in Red Hook, right next to one of the Swedish stores. The name escapes me. The one with the awful furniture. Hey, IKEA doesn't have that bad of a furniture. It's not that bad of a furniture. I think it's a little bit pricey for how it looks. I will agree with that. I will agree with that. But it is fun to walk through an IKEA. Just to get lost. What, IKEA? If a Swedish furniture store. You mean IKEA? Yes, that is it. My mind struggles to retain things that are aesthetically displeasing. I mean, they do have some questionable taste. I will be honest with that. D'Angelo does odd jobs for Coteries, digging up dirt, looking kindred who would prefer to remain hidden. The kind of works the Nosferatu are best at. He's on IKEA's right now. Something to do with the kind murders, I think. After your initial brush with our dear sheriff, I think it would be wise to show some goodwill towards his agenda. Assisting D'Angelo with his investigation might be just the thing. She takes a brief pause to look out the window again. Now, come the two more exotic proposals. Exotic? As if the blood magic and the vampire detective were business as usual. Yeah, we're talking about some blood bending, some cosmic horror shit. You may have heard about the Granarl before. They are a wild clan in touch with their beast in a way others might not dare to attempt. They mostly keep out of the big cities, but there are exceptions. Normally, they have been a part of the Carnelia for over 2 decades. But the one kindred I would like you to meet has a strong, shall we say, familiar ties to the sect. Her name is Tamika. Her sire, Jezebel, was very important during the Battle of New York back in 1999. The very same battle that cemented the city as a Carmelia domain. Wait, what? Battle of New York in 1999? I'm sorry, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? What is the lore here? Sadly, her achievements have gone largely unrecognized. Tamika and a number of her siblings still reside in the domain they were awarded after the battle. Prospect Park. Jezebel herself left the city some years ago, fed up with being unappreciated. You mentioned siblings. I'm sorry, I want to know about this freaking Battle of New York in '99. What the heck was that? But sure, Tamika sounds interesting. Is she gonna be a love interest or just a best friend? You seem to know a lot about her sire, but is there anything else you can tell me about Tamika? I asked around. Of all of Jezebel's children, Tamika is known to be the most rational and cool-headed, at least for a Grinnell. That said, she likely to have a unique way of appraising your worth. I cannot say how exactly, but you should be prepared for an interesting conversation at the very best. Then again, that could be said of almost every kindred in this city. There's a mysterious smile again. So you see, seeking out Tamika could prove quite educational, if nothing else, and who knows, perhaps you'll find her temperament to be a welcome change of pace. But speaking of a change of pace, I have one last suggestion for you, though it's one I don't make highly. The kindred who calls herself Hope. Wait, there's a vampire who dares to call herself Hope? I'm not sure that's beautiful or tragic. She's a Malakovan. They are a uniquely cursed clan. For centuries, we consider them mad, insane, unhinged, but those of us who spend enough time with them come to understand the truth. What is the truth? It is no sickness, but a unique perception of the world that has appeared to us as unstable, and that perception can prove to be very valuable. Having a Malkavan, a Malkalvan as your companion might be taxing on the nerves and a true test of patience at times, but their insight and intuition are unrivaled among kindred. As for Hope, specifically, she is said to be a recluse, but I have it on good authority that she can currently be found in an internet cafe. I believe it's called in Lower Manhattan. Gregory has the address. She doesn't sound like my type. Internet cafe. Quaint. Where did you learn about Hope? It's just something snarky for a change. I really wouldn't know. But since you're brought it up, be aware that the Carmelia is highly critical using the internet to communicate. The Second Inquisition made sure of that. Exercise caution when at her haven. Well, I believe that's all of them. I still have a few social calls to make tonight, so I'll leave you to it. Use tonight and tomorrow night to arrange some cordial visits of your own. I will send Gregory for you as soon as I have further need of your assistance. Oh, that reminds me. You will need a car. Join us downstairs, would you? I don't have super vamp speed. I have to drive a boring car. Fine. She smiled once more and turns to her driver. He helps her put on her coat, and the three of you leave Sophie's apartment. Sophie points to one of the cars near the building as Gregory hands you the keys. It's a rather inconspicuous car. A decent looking, if not luxurious ride. Stay safe, Hanyo. This is your first night alone. Don't let it be your last. As they drive away, you find yourself with more freedom than you have in the past few nights. A blessing or a burden. Time will tell. With a list of addresses in hand, you consider your next move. What's it say? Sophie mentions mention of a vampire clan of blood sorcerers sparked your attention. One of them, Agathon, could potentially be your introduction to the bizarre powers of the Thenir. Okay, so I can go through all these. Okay, that's that guy, Agathon. Searching for Hope. Sophie suggested you meet Hope, a reclusive member of the Maklava clan. She supposedly holed up in an internet cafe in Lower Manhattan. Was it searching for Gunsmoke in the dark? A recent string of violent killings has the Red Hook district of Brooklyn on edge. Sophie mentioned that Qadir Asami has a secret associate investigating the murders. A Nosferatu, denoted by the name of D'Angelo. If you help him out, he might be persuaded to form a lasting partnership. Jezebel Tyler. Sophie mentioned a Granal, denoted by the name of Tamaki, who made herself a haven in Prospect Park. The Pharaohs aren't exactly a social bunch, but even by kindred standards, if you can keep her from clawing your eyes out just long enough, she might be persuaded to join you. I want to do these two, so let's do Searching for Hope first. It's a quite moody internet cafe. Half of its spaces serve as a comfy coffee bar these days, but behind a glass wall it still has a space dedicated to rows of PCs. From the street, you can notice tired adults in casual clothes typing away absentmindedly, and some bored kids wasting the late evening hours of colorful online games. If Soviet intel is to believe, this is where Hope has been set up her haven. One of the waiters is standing outside the building, gazing at the sky with a smartphone in one hand and a vape pen in the other. You approach the man and tell him, looking for Hope. I was supposed to meet Hope here. I'm here on official business. I said, I'm looking for that one. I'm looking for Hope. I told I could find Hope here. He releases a soft chuckle. Yeah, you and me both. The man slowly takes a drag from his e-cig, sizing him up and down in silence. After a long, awkward moment, when you're ready to leave him be, he raises his voice again. Come, right this way. He heads back into the cafe, and you follow his lead. When you make your way through the space with computers, no one averts their gaze from the spreadsheets, emails, Facebook profiles, or games of Fortnite. God. Is a common sight when you wouldn't have paid much attention to a few weeks ago, but now it seems so uneventfully quaint. Would they still be spending their time like this if they were immortal? Well, if you're immortal, you have all the time in the world, so why not? Don't really have to worry about bills. I mean, technically you do, but as money can be pretty easy to get when you have to kill people all the time. Just saying. The waiter unlocks an unassuming door at the end of the room and lets you inside. You two swiftly make your way through a labyrinth of sterile gray corridors, taking confusing twists and turns. Feels like you're traveling into a different world, crossing one invisible portal after another. Eventually you reach your destination. Your guide motions you to enter a dark room with a lone source of pale light, a computer screen in the distance beckoning you to come closer. As you do, you hear the door shutting behind your back, and a short chuckle echoing behind it. Is this the place? Nothing else to do but sit in a chair in front of the computer. The monitor displays a modern chat application. Ooh, what is it? What are they saying? A cursor is blinking in the user nickname entry field in the middle of the screen, obviously expecting you to input your handle. After a brief consideration, you type in something goofy. Maybe it's your newfound sensibilities going haywire, but this place has a barely noticeable sleazy aura. Might as well go along with it. You input porn collector and push the enter button. Good man. Good man. After a few seconds, the chat window opens and messengers starts appearing on the screen in quick succession. Hostage executioner. Just to be clear, I don't have a wink rag. Third victim for sure. No, for real. Call. I've been for Jeffrey. Not much longer. Hey, Jeffrey, is it chat meet? God, I'm so horny. I'm not sure I have Neil around. Wait, what? Chat. What is this chat? It was porn collector. No idea. If you're a new user, wasn't there before. What the hell was anyone informed? No announcement. Filthy. I know I wasn't. Porn collector, identify yourself in 2 minutes or get banned. I don't want to. Jack goes silent. Everyone seemingly waiting for you to say something before proceeding. This must be a close-knit group. Better say something before they kick you out. I'm a vampire. That's a good way to get killed. I'm looking for hope. Who are you people? I'm a vampire. I mean, they're not gonna believe you, but... But then again, it'd be a good way to learn this is a place for vampires. Nah, let's go serious. I'm looking for hope. Is she here? Who the fuck are you? This was meant to be a safe channel. Investigating what went wrong. How did they even get in here? Stay calm. I can get their location, Jerry. LOL. Yeah, sure. That's our Jerry. Going to even to anyone interested. Oh boy, now you're in trouble. Oh no, they're gonna dox us. Dumbass. It's the day you decided to spy on us. I didn't mean to. I just saying stupid. I should have left it alone. I should have left it alone. I don't want trouble. I'm leaving. I don't want trouble. Too bad. I'm leaving you and your lovely community alone. Too late, asshole. This is just some place you can't wash your way into. Anyone tries to get in here, there are proper ways you need to get taught a lesson. Oh god, no. Shut the fuck up, hostage. This is why I decided to stay to myself even online spaces. It's not worth it. These people aren't worth it. Got the info. Nice. You want to die, asshole? You will die. You will die. 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 Evil dies tonight. Everyone's sentencing porn collector to death. I'm literally on my way to kill you right now. Yeah, sorry to inform you, you're about to die. R.I.P. bitch. You're getting your throat slit right here, right now. A split second after you read the message, you feel someone's arms tightening around your neck. The violent return of reality catches you off guard. A jolt of panic rushes through your brain, paralyzing you momentarily. You come to the wrong chat room, motherfucker. A ridiculous whisper rings out next to your ear, and you grip under your head. And the grip under your head gets even tighter. You start struggling, but even with your newfound supernatural strength, you're having trouble breaking out. This isn't a normal human you're dealing with. Last words. Sophie sent me here. Good luck, I can't die. Your chat room sucks ass. Chat, do I have anyone in chat? Please be the one. Which one? Number 1 or number 3? Number 1 or number 3? Number 1 or number 3? I've been trying to be consistent and not have our guy be confrontational, so Sophie sent me here. Langley. The hand holding your chin shifts its position slightly. Don't struggle, or I will break your windpipe or my phone, which would and even worse for you. Sounds of a camera shutter and lights flashing. Did they just take some selfie with you? Alright, that's enough fun. I'm letting you go. We can have a talk. Don't do anything stupid, my Mr. Intruder. Pretty please? The mysterious assailant loosens their grip on you and gently pushes you away. You quickly turn to take a good look at them. And that's Sophie. Wow. Huh. Oh, those tattoos. Look good. They look good. The astronaut one looks funny. The eye of Providence over on her throat. Okay, that's kind of badass. That is kind of badass. Let me just finish this. It's a pale blonde woman in her 20s, giving you slightly judgmental looks while rapidly typing away at her phone screen. First, you notice her outrageous outfit, seamlessly thrown together from a random thrift store find. Then you take note of her tattoos, a sprawling tapestry of odd patterns and designs covering every visible part of her body. At first glance, it all seems aimless, but it has a consistent sense of style upon closer inspection. Her eyes focus on you for a second. Gave you a scar, huh? Gave you a scare, huh? Sorry, that's what you get for entering a lady's haven without her permission. And she's back to her phone. With her relatively small build, it's hard to believe you had trouble overpowering her physically. But then again, nothing is what it seems when it comes to the undead, and even compared to the vampire you met so far, she comes off as an eccentric, curious presence. She shoots you another glance, nosing you're still cautious of her. Calm yourself, man. I won't pull anything like this anymore. It was just a... feel stupid saying out loud. A vibe check. Vibe check? Vibe check. Wait, a vibe check? Why you gotta strangle me? What? Yeah, I got a glimpse of your vibe on the internet cafe in a dangerous situation. I'll say I got a pretty good idea about who you really are. I'm Hope, by the way. If you're here, you've probably heard of me, so I went ahead and skipped the pleasantries. But come to think of it, might have skipped too many of those. Yeah, she definitely fits the description you were given by Sophie. Oh yeah, credit where credit's due. You're probably not a boring person online, going by your chosen handle. Believe it or not, among bloodsuckers, that still is rare as hell. Most of them are like clueless baby boomers when it comes to the internet stuff. Well, I guess you just want to stay within the fashion of when you were made. Anyway, don't worry about the chat. It was all a game to us. No horror feelings, okay? I'll introduce you properly later. On the monitor, the chatter continues normally. Your visit is like yesterday's news, no longer relevant to anything. But look, If we're going to talk about you, you should have something to say too. What are you doing here? About time, she asked. Note to self, she really loves the sound of her own voice. Sophie Langley sent me. I'm building a coterie. I need help. Look at this one. Hope rolls her eyes. Yeah, you said that already. You think I'm an idiot or something? I'm going to say this only once. Please, please, please don't be boring. She starts tapping at her phone again. After a few seconds, some kind of realization dawns on her face and she turns back to you. Wait. Shit! Are you the new Langley plaything? Word seems to be getting around fast. Of course you are. It was obvious the second Langley got her hands on a new servant, she starts building a network. Your mission tells me that could really come in handy. But Langley, that's a risky game. This is kind of an ambition attracts too much attention. Piss off. But then again, fucking Kara. She seems to be having a splendid argument with herself, only parts of it audible. Is it just you, or do her facial expressions and body language change a bit between one sentence and then the other? Let's call it being expressive. They're being a downer. Before you make a certain, it's not just your eyes playing tricks on you. She focuses half of her attention back on you. The other half on, of course, still obsessed with her smartphone. Excuse me. Hope the microphone didn't pick that up. Listen, I'm not saying I'm not interested in cooperation, but before I make a decision, I need to make sure you sort of understand me, and that I sort of understand you. And since I was planning to put on a show before you came here, I propose a little game. Okay, what kind of game? Hope absentmindedly spins her phone in her hand, considering how to put her thoughts into words. Then she approaches a switch on the wall and flicks it. Neon lights flare up, illuminating the room. You take a look around. The room is certainly unique. It looks like a butcher's room, repurposed to be a living space. The modern computer in front of you starkly contrasts the ominous industrial walls. That doesn't look like a butcher's room. That looks like that looks like a sex dungeon. I mean, that's what Hope wants us. I mean, I'm not gonna complain, but we are trying to build friendships here. At the back, there is an overwrought bed covered in velvet and meat hooks hanging above it. On top of the bed sheets, you notice what seems to be a piece of elaborate S&M equipment and a camera. Wait, are we actually going to? Is YouTube? I mean, I know Twitch is more or less okay with anything, but is YouTube gonna let me Wait a minute. You want my help? Moderate my cam show. Cam show? Your eyebrows twitched involuntarily. This is definitely not the kind of request you expected to hear tonight. She notices your confusion. Take it or leave it, buddy. You just became a kindred, but you want to become my partner in crime? Show me you can handle yourself while watching my back and my everyday environment. She does have a point. She does have a point. I mean, we're just surveying things. We're not actually taking part. I mean, if she wants us to take part, I'm not gonna say no. I mean, we're supposed to be like, we're kindred, right? We're like family. Family sticks together. She's serious. The show starts in 10 minutes. If you think yourself better than this, better walk out the door right now. I won't hold a grudge. I got better things to do. As if to prove it, she looks at something displayed on her phone and cracks a brief grin. Another reply typed down with absurd speed. Tap, 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 tap. 9 minutes. It's now or never. Show moderator risk of violating the masquerade? Huh? High contract warnings. Oh yes, so do you take the job? I'm done. If I have to. What? I feel like he's like, if I have to. Hope rolls her eyes further back than you thought that was possible. If I have to. Not exactly an inspiring person, are you? She begins to sigh, but stifles it quickly and reflects. Sorry, I get it. You might have gotten a bad first impression of me, or whatever. But I promise this will prove surprisingly educational. Alright, give me a second. She spends a minute setting up the computer you used before, then urges you to sit down. The explanation of the monitor's functionality is simple. It boils down to ignoring anyone who doesn't dispute the chat, banning anyone who does, and kicking anyone who's causing minor troubles. 5 minutes later, she's already online, sitting on a bed in a provocative pose. It's a check. It's a smex. I already said the word. Fuck it. It's a sex show, isn't it? Her voice, previously hushed, rings out with a full force. How you doing tonight, hopefuls? Hopefuls. That's the name for her community. Is hopefuls? Oh God. She might as well call them deadbeats. I mean, they are. She is. Her name is Hope, so I guess it makes sense. She called her chat hopefuls. I mean, I just call you guys chat. I just call you guys chat. I did have a name for you guys when I first started, and I forgot what it was. It changed. You peek at the chat. Quote, "We're not worthy, queen." Fucking A. Angel to hell yeah, time to oh God, this chat. I mean, this is the kind of things you would see in this kind of chat room. Not that I would know. So, yeah. Ignore. It's good. You're tempted to try the kick and bam prompts as soon as possible, but obviously you won't punish someone for a little dirty talk. Thank you. Today's show is quite special. Please welcome our new moderator, Porn Collector. Laugh my ass off. Ooh, who? I'm sorry for sentencing you to death earlier. At least the community here seems to be in a bit more welcoming this time. Looks like this place has an established hazing ritual. Or maybe they and Hope came up with one specifically for you, who knows. You decide to stay silent. Eventually people stop riffing on you and focus entirely on the star of the show. Alright, let's start this one off with a bang, shall we? It begins. Queen! Oh boy, she's gonna do it. So this is where the show starts. You raise your head, curious about what kind of performance she's going for. Wait. Okay. First, she opens her mouth and reveals her retractable fangs in front of the camera. Right off the bat, the online audience is treated to a sight of her wholly human set of teeth turning into a monster's maw. The image is both revolting and fascinating. She raises her wrists for everyone to see, then bites. The fangs immediately turn her arm into a horrifying, gory mess. It's unclear if she's used to them slash or bite, but one thing for sure, no ordinary human could cause such damage. If an ordinary human suffers such a wound, you expect a geyser of blood to appear too, but it doesn't. Hope, technically a corpse, so it's impossible. She flashes a monstrous smile and starts smearing a Wait, what the heck is that word? I know I'm bad at reading things at sometimes. Okay, I know I'm bad, but I don't think I ever saw that word before. I'm getting nothing. Is a Latin thing for life? Okay, so I'm guessing she's smearing blood. Oh, she's smearing life, so she's smearing her blood all over her body, all over her face and stuff. Starts smearing the blood all over her hand to maximize the impact of the violent image. Then she starts drinking it up. She makes a point to make the sight as gruesome as possible, looking like a hyena feasting on a corpse. The contrast of her behavior with her look of an Instagram model is stunning. When she's done, she reveals her wrist to the camera for the last time. She starts making theatrical gestures with her right hand as the wound begins to mend. Shortly after, the wound is gone. It's like a magician's trick. Her left hand looks like nothing bad ever happened to it. Here's an appetizer. First blood to kick off the show. While you're wondering what the hell is going on, Hope catches a glimpse of your bewildered face and turns to your direction. How's that for an opening? You're shooting snuff? This is not a sex show. You're shooting snuff? I mean, I guess technically it would be snuff because we're technically dead. So any movie or stuff will technically be snuff. Come on. Just because it is transgressive violence doesn't mean it's snuff. A brief moment of awkward silence. Besides, if I was shooting snuff, I wouldn't mend the wound. If you're expected to strip show, yeah, sorry to disappoint. This is more like an live stream digital art. The erotic subtext is there, of course. You peek at the chat, they're going wild. She did that for free. Ugh, I love to lick your wrists clean, my fallen angel. Yes, nothing more arousing than a beautiful woman tearing on the edge of oblivion, a rose petal dancing on the eyes of a violent hurricane. But eroticism is not the key here. It is vampirism. It's a new frontier, a living art. A living art installation in the early 90s. The Japanese artists keep producing these videotapes with beautiful women committing gory harakiri. Those are an inspiration. Wait. Are you talking about those violent extreme films? Oh, really? Is that the ones you're talking about? Like, Red Room and... Fuck, there's this one other movie I watched that had those elements. I mean, I'm into extreme cinema as well, but at least those films are fake. At least those films are fake. This is kind of real, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Gory. So I'm looking this up. I'm trying to see if she's talking about a Pacific movie. I think there is. Okay, I'm gonna look that up later. She bares her fangs again in devious grin. But I have no interest in destruction or turning myself into a victim. This is a celebration of a body I love, not self-inflicted punishment. The audience came here to marvel at a beautiful vampire and her awe-inspiring powers. Mending wounds is just one of these powers. The people watching can pay to see more. Oh, and don't worry. The only things the audience can see and hear, the things I allow them. We can talk freely. Just remember to moderate the chat, will you? High risk of violating the Masquerade. What a joke. She blatantly breaching it in front of anonymous viewers. Still speechless, you turn your attention to the screen. My group. Alright, I'm feeling generous today. Have you planned your next tattoo yet? I'll pay for the next attraction. Looking like a pink marshmallow covered in raspberry sauce. And just letting you know you're based. I know. Oh my god, what the fuck? I don't see anything bad, so ignore. You let the guy vent his excitement, seems harmless. A special image appears on the chat log, claiming somebody has successfully sponsored the first goal of the show. Hope smiles and picks up a bag of blood from underneath the bed. It must have been retrieved from a blood bank. She showcases the label to the camera for everyone to see. Drink up, drink up, drink up, drink up, up. Hope pours the contents of the bag into her throat. You have no doubt it's real blood, but wonder why the viewers would be so satisfied with something that's so easy to fake. Don't worry, it pays well enough. You don't even bother to tell her this is not what you're thinking about. Safe to assume she knows. So, what do you know about the kindred and the internet? Have they told you anything? While she is waiting for someone to sponsor her next vampiric feast, she decides to start up a conversation. Is there a vamp? No, nothing. They're telling me nothing. Well, it makes sense. Not the first thing you teach a fledgling. See, some of us used to experiment with our own secure network. We tried to build our own information hubs, social networks, everything. She's still working the phone in one hand while looking for something under the bed with the other. Of how many things can she concentrate at one time exactly? Then one day, the NSA got in. Turns out elders never really got the hang of proper security practices, or the residuals they used to smear on their screens didn't exactly work as advertised. They thought they could use spells on the computers. That's kind of cool. Can you use spells on computers? I want to know. I want to know. And then, of course, all the other 3-letter intelligence agencies in the world got the intel. And a lot of them decided bloodsuckers were the perfect new enemies for our post 9/11 times. Oh, fuck. I guess that would make sense. Mute the mic for a second. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose. The Second Inquisition came into being. Ever heard of it? A lot of our kindred died just because they were too present online. Right now, the remains of our old network serves as government honeypots, kept alive to attract fledglings and hunt them down. You post a certain keyword on Twitter or Facebook, you get tagged for investigation. You fit certain patterns, you get tagged for investigation. So there is a certain thrill in becoming an online presence without attracting attention from the authorities. She stretches on the bed. Hope you're still monitoring the chat. Of course not. You're not as good as dividing your attention as she is. You correct your mistake and check the recent message. Is she talking to somebody? Can't wait for the real thing to start. Is this a 2 modern setup rules? Call of Duty on one screen, drop dead hotties on the second screen. The only women I don't hate. Hope, more like my favorite honey ho. Oh. Kick. You give the guy a kick. Get yourself a normal nickname, douchebag. After 10 seconds, he's back with the same handle. Fine, time for a decision. Ignore or ban. This kind of nickname only suggests trouble. You get rid of them permanently. Good job. Was I good? Was I good? That's what monitors do, right? That's what moderators do. Did I do good? Did I do good? To keep... she's keeping close tabs on you. Anyway, yeah. When the Nosferatu made to Carmelia, their network got compromised. The elders went batshit insane. Internet communications became strictly forbidden. There were executions. A lot of people who use social media to secretly contact their mortal families and lovers got offed. That goes without saying. But if you weren't careful, even the most innocent web usage could result in being punished with final death. Final death. Thanks to user Dixtiel, the next goal has just gotten successfully funded. Let's go! Vanishing Act. Dehumanize yourself in the face of the bloodshed. She raises her hand, 3 fingers up, 2 fingers up, 1 finger up. The countdown ends and she immediately disappears from the screen like a ghost. You can still see her on the bed, but the live feed indicates there's nobody there. Then you deeply focus on the digital image, and you swear you can make out some unusual glitching where her silhouette should be, but it could very well just be a placebo. You ready for this? 3, 2, 1. Wait, can she go invisible? A flash of the camera. The instant she reappears on the screen, she takes a selfie, sticking out her tongue in a provocative... I forgot. Did I skip? A productive manner. That's all it says. The chat room explodes and cheers again. She is their vampire queen. You briefly wonder about her being glued to the screen. Is this the fantasy everyone here for? A girl showing off cheap magic tricks while lazily browsing her social media? You realize you are way out of your depth here. Meanwhile, Hope decides to continue her lecture. Those were some wild times, especially in New York. While most of them have no clues as to our real nature, a lot of clandestine organizations have classified us as national threats. And since this is where the Towners fell, the agencies fuck, sorry. I feel bad for mispronouncing that. And since this is where the towers fell, the agencies are very much present around here, looking for easy PR victories. The last SI raid here was just a few years ago, and it was a big one. Stirred up the hornet's nest, something fierce. But although it's 2019, NYC is ruled by someone who got embraced before World War fucking II. In the cam as a sorry. And the cam as a whole got really spooked and swore off the internet. Of course, they're not dumb and understand that you can't really coexist with the modern kind without the internet. There's a gray zone right now, like piracy, technically frowned upon, but let the one without sin cast the first stone. Miss Yu is right. Piracy is bad technically, but it's good when it's not good, but there's exceptions. The SI is a real threat, no joke. But in many senses, the darkest places is right under the candle. You take a look at the screen. We want blood. How about some bat stuff? Can you do bat stuff? Can you show us next? It's been a long, hard day. Please give me a shout out. A familiar nickname pops up. Masakisama. Kick. You give the guy a kick for spamming the chat. And the message instantly is so fast. Hope might not have even noticed. A duty carried out well. You're surprised to feel a kindling of pride. I'm doing good. Oh yeah, fun fact about being a vampire. We can sweat and pee. Wait. That. We can sweat and pee if we just exert ourselves really hard. Some of us can even some of us can even have fun times. We can't even cry, but only tears of blood. It's something I always dreamed of doing when I was... Okay, I can say that number. It's so romantic. It drives them crazy. As proof of her words, a scarlet tear starts raining down her face. The chat goes wild. This seems to be exactly the kind of thing they've been waiting for. Ah, an angel that fell down from heaven. Oh my god, she did it again. Beautiful. Hope your tortured soul finds some calm eventually. Can you imagine USA assembling a blood-sucking squad that would... What? Can you imagine USA assembling a blood-sucking squad that would just cruise by the border and suck out the blood of any illegal they found? The very thought gives me the biggest boner. Kick? Just be clear. You do realize what we're doing here is a blatant breach of the Masquerade, right? I honestly expected you to leave or inform somebody by now. But you haven't, have you? You try to focus on the chat. A familiar nickname was displayed on the screen. Dude, why are you doing this? Looks like Mr. Masochist needs a longer break. After you ban him, you hear Hope's voice. Good job handling that guy. Great. If nothing else works out, you seem like you fit this job at the very least. In any case, the last goal has just been funded. It's time for the great finale. This is what you've all been waiting for, right? Thirst victim. Yes, Queen. Jerry 2010. Yes, Queen. Heart filthy lesson. Yes, Queen. Her voice has changed. She gets closer to the camera, letting her face fill the frame of the live feed. Her menacing eyes are focused purely on the viewers. You want blood? Come into the streets, claw out your neighbors' throats, slash their veins, and drink up. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. Yes. Hope's presence becomes absolutely horrifying and influences the chat in some inconceivable ways. Everyone starts typing like they are possessed. Liberate yourselves from the shackles of ordinary mortality. Make them scream. Feel the warmth of their entrails. What the hell is she doing to those people? What have you gotten yourself into? Is she glamoring them? Is she using like a mental trick through the screen? Transcend your bodies. Release the message of hope into the world. She jerks violently for a second and then falls down on the bed like a marionette that had just had its strings severed. She exhales loudly a few times and laughs. When she does, the room goes dark again. Alright, that's enough. Instead of continuing, she does something with her phone. The stream ends, and the chat instantly becomes dead quiet. Let me take over. The atmosphere in the room has completely changed. She's already put herself together and stood up. Now she's walking towards you. And the bed's all dark again. At vulgar. What the fuck just happened? I guess the show's over. Everyone relax and go home. Aw, and I was almost ready to... okay. At hostage, I swear on my father's grave, one day I will find you and kick the everling shit. After every line she delivers, she changes her voice, the way she puts her lips together, and even the way she moves. You caught glimpses of her acting this way, but only now has you started to figure it out. Yeah, what does this mean? Does that mean Miss Point du Lac? Hey, Interview with the Vampire reference. Screenshot of that. I'm bored. I'm separated from most vampires in the city by a generational chasm, and I'm so goddamn lonely. The internet used to be my only friend. Years ago, I started researching tulpas, collective unconsciousness, all the mumbo jumbo of the intersection of psychology and spirituality, and I decided to experiment. The show was a fake? Honey Angelo. A few years ago, I was an Instagram fashionista, a successful erotic model, a vital part of pop culture, a viral shit poster, all my internet cells started single boosting each other, paving the way for new ones. I became a one-woman empire surrounded by legions of psycho. There was no real show? It was all for us? Or the chat was fake? Some may think of it as dissociative DID. But that's bullshit. Everyone has online alter egos they they buried. I just resurrected them, gave birth to new ones, and let them crossbreed. Her constant tapping at the phone, even during the show, somehow she's capable of impersonating an entire chat room. Wait, was she typing that fast, or does she have some things already set up? Really perfected angel. I don't have a self that could dissociate or be mentally ill. I'm a host, a living database. I live because I find it fun to be an information conduit, to process trends and support the ones I deem worthy. There was no Masquerade violation. She was showing off her skills all along. She put you into a world of pure fiction. The same way she was teasing you when she attacked you from behind. Damn, she's good at this. Damn, girl. Okay. Yeah, she could be a problem. She could be a problem. Of course, you can just ignore what I'm saying and decide I'm just another deranged Machiavellian. But hey, annihilation of the self is the only way to survive the 21st century. Hey, I said the word right. Machiavellian. If there ever was an era that demanded images of beautiful people transcending beyond humanity and inspiring others to do the same, it's this one. Although, for now, because of Masquerade, my audience is quite limited. Speaking of, you want to be the star of my next movie? I mean, I wouldn't say no, but I like to read the script first. Sure, why not? I have a hunch you're just saying that. Still, hey, in a way, this is too transcending beyond self. But yeah, your test is over. Now the question is, do I want to work with you? She puts away her phone for the first time since you met her and gives you a good hard look. Vibe check. Fuck you. Guess I can give it a shot. Yeah, you got that dumb. You're not that dumb, but you're not that boring. And you're kind of cute. Don't worry, no more modding jobs. Mods get attached, and that's always bad news. She grabs your arm and starts leading you out of her room. I put you through enough shit. Next time I'll let you on a little job I'm doing. We'll hit the streets and you'll see why Sophie told you to contact me. She leads you through a labyrinth of gray corridors. It's different route than the one you made. It's a different route than the one you made your way through in. Unconscious died from. What the fuck? This city is so much more than what the its elites consider real. Stick with me, and I'll guide you to places Carmelia elders couldn't reach in 100 years. She leads you out to the building, into the back alley. Even if someone else rules the streets, we rule the information highway. This is the power of hope. I mean, I wouldn't really call that the power of hope, but okay, I get what you're all about. It's kind of terrifying, but I like it. I got a trophy! Total progress, 5%. But have you only done 5%? She lets out a theatrical laugh and disappears. You don't even notice when she leaves you alone, but you assume everything went as well as it could. A new ally, the power of hope. As you walk off into the night, everything around you feels a little less tangible than it did a few hours ago. Okay, we get to rest now. We get to rest now. All right. Where'd the mouse go? Where's my mouse? There it is. I don't even just going for. Oh, that took us a whole hour and 30 minutes. I want to do more, but I hate the time. My throat is real dry. I'm guessing the soda isn't helping either. Let's look at all the new words we got. Lineage. A vampire's bloodline. The kindred sire. Sire's sire. Etc. An archaic term. Clan. A bloodline of vampires who share common characteristics passed on through the blood from sire to child. There are 13 known clans, all of which were reputedly founded by members of the third generation. Clan Torado. Many Torado emerged from the ranks of accomplished artists, both new and faded, but not all artists need wield a brush. To the Torado, art encompasses all forms of entertainment and simulation. The clan of Rose Quartz, the greatest actors, singers, writers, dancers, and even sex workers. If the degenerates believe such mortals will offer something new to their clan. Despite the custom of embracing only the best, the Torado fixation on beauty and innocence has caused many a diva to make a fledgling in haste. Many a moonlit night, new clan members have emerged as shallow hedonists, one-hit wonders, or just a stunning body with nothing else to offer. Nicknames: divas, harlots, cynics, perverts, hedonists, degenerates. Bloodline. A vampire's heritage. See also clan. Clan Venture. While many other clans claim position of influence in mortal politics and business, no one can rival the Venture in the game of pure power and wealth. They have long been the leaders of the Carmelia, holding more position of power than any other clan, and they are loath to give that up. The Venture believe in the strength of tradition and lineage. The embrace is one of their most important rituals, and the choice of child affects the way other members of the clan treat the sire. The Venture therefore aim to embrace overachievers, politically or financially powerful kind, or those with a talent that sets them apart from the masses. They maintain that they are destined to rule all kindred, no matter the sacrifices involved. Their detractors call them little lords, Borgias, and tyrants. Those who respect Vientos for keeping the Carmelia together use terms like blue bloods, patricians, or warlords. Clan Bruja. Clan Bruja have always embraced from the ranks of those sympathetic to counterculture and revolution. They seek out allies who question normative ideas and recognizing the fire of oppress. They gravitate towards the underdog. Common perception place punks, gangs, members, maladjusted immigrants, rejected by society that should protect them, and placard carrying and Molotov wielding rioters among the Bruja. While the above is sometimes true, the clan adheres to no single ideology, and their desire for dissent reaches as deep as a fraudist ripping off his own company, the lawyer representing the poor pro bono, the neo-Nazi claiming to be alt-right, in the basement dwelling, downloading thousands of movies illegally for redistribution of streaming sites. Fledglings embrace the fight and protect are commonly referred to as rebels, punks, rebel. Clan Tremia, a hermetic mage in 8th century Romania. Tremia was the leader of a cabal of magic users, rightfully feared for their obsession with knowledge and power. Unwilling to accept his own mortality, Tremere cast his eyes on the hallowed secret of immortality. In his greed, the magic instigated the most terrifying magical experiments ever conducted, damning himself and his followers to a hell of their own making. Terrified, they died and woke again to an eternity of unlife and hunger. Cut off from their craft and a mockery of their former magical rituals. Now only fresh blood allows the Tremere to cast their foul magic spells to twist reality. The clan is still organized like an inventory occult order, recently fractured into a number of competing houses, each claiming to be the rightful heir of Chemir's legacy. They see true power as knowing the ways of shaping the world, having access to the right blood, and owning the rarest of ancient artifacts. They're usually referred to as warlocks, hematics, or transgressors. Vitae, the archaic term for the blood of a vampire. Clan Nosferatu, the clan of the hidden, are known as under many names: hive, lepers, sewer rats, carnies, scabs, orlocks. But few of them sound pleasant. For the Nosferatu, the embrace is a journey through abjection as the blood of the honor gradually deforms the struggling tissues of the human body into grotesque abominations. Weeks of pain result in deformities, similar to terrible birth defects, cancer growths, crippling injuries, and leper-like sores. Those who endure it find themselves as monstrous echoes of Murano's silver screen vision. Oh, they're talking about the director for Nosferatu. But perhaps pain and humiliation teaches compassion. The Nosferatu, as they jokingly call themselves, are the most human of the kindred, wearing their curse on the outside rather than the inside, to blend in. Some call on the blood to wear the borrowed faces of their victims, or disappear from sight, while others rely on prosthetics and heavy makeup. Clan Gangrel. Clan Gangrel are outcasts, wanderers, rogues, and hunters. They make havens of the poorest parts of the city and feel no shame for doing so. They claim few domains as their own, but defer to no prince. If a pharaoh enters a city, the prince will either accept it or have to fight the pharaoh to get them to back down. Gangel embrace from the ranks of survivors and fighters, leaders of prison crews and gangs, explorers, urban and otherwise, any kind who see the world as something to traverse instead of something to hide from. They care not for looks or titles, but for accomplishment and reputation. They are commonly referred to as wolves, feral, and outcast, or in a more derogatory manner, as animals, strays, savages. Clan Machiavellian. Psychologists would Psychologists would diagnose the children of Malkov with schizophrenia, depression, obsessive compulsive disorder, or post-traumatic stress disorder. Sometimes all at once. In reality, Clan of the Moon are all of these things and none. Like the wise madmen of poetry, their degenerate stems from seeing too much of the world at once, from understanding too deeply and feeling emotions that are too strong to bear. They self-medicate with blood, but that is just a temporary situation, a temporary solution. All Machiavellians suffer mental illness following the embrace, sometimes insinuating an existing condition, other times adding a new dimension to their instability, as if their thoughts and actions were based on otherworldly logic. There seems to be no one knowing when their condition will manifest destructively, or when it will offer important perceptives, where such were previously lacking. They are referred to as oracles, gestures, visionaries, or in a more insulting manner, as madmen, liabilities, and lunatics. The Second Inquisition. Often abbreviated as SI, a collective name among vampires for the recent coordinated efforts of intelligence agencies to combat the kindred as if they were a terrorist threat. Few individuals' agents understand what they are fighting, and the intra-agency collaboration, codename First Light, places enormous import on keeping their operation secret and disguised as ordinary anti-terrorist action. Elda, a vampire who has experienced at least 2 or more centuries of unlife. Elders are the most active participants in the jihad, the secret self-destructive war raged between the ancient undead. Elder vampires tend to manipulate their lesser kin, using them as pawns in a terrible game, the rules of which defy comprehension. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna... Knife 4. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I think we're gonna stop here because... my throat, my throat is really killing me. I thought I was feeling sick earlier, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, now I really do now. Now I really do now. My throat does feel pretty awful. But also, to be fair, I've been getting a lot of sleep lately, so this probably has to help with it. It probably has to help with it. Tomorrow we'll be starting to stream a little bit earlier, around 8. So hopefully I'll have a little bit more energy. Hopefully I'll feel a lot better, so we can talk more and explore more. Tomorrow night, what stream is tomorrow night again? It's not telling me. I have to pull it up somewhere else. I think it's Liza P. Yeah, I think we're doing Liza P tomorrow. And then it's going to be Silent Hill F on Saturday. Yeah, that's what we have it as. And like I said, next week I'm gonna try to at least do 3 or maybe 4 streams next week. We'll do something weird on Wednesday. Try to do multiple games. And I do want to do one stream at least once a month where we just talk, chat, watch videos or whatever. I think that will be mostly on Twitch. I might do it on YouTube. I think that'd be mostly on Twitch, because you just don't like us to watch and play things on their website sometimes. So I think I would really like that. Oh yeah, I have nothing else to say, but I'm liking the game so far. This was a very weird chapter or introduction, however you want to call this. Hope seems to be a really cool character. I hope we get to play with her some more. That's not kind of bad. That's not kind of bad playing with her. Do you want to play with Hope? I kind of want to play with Hope. But yeah, she seems like a pretty cool character. Pretty batshit crazy, but I kind of like that in my women. Shouldn't say that out loud. Should not admit that. Should not admit that. Yeah, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give this stupid voice a rest. So I'll see you all tomorrow. So I hope everyone has a good night, or good morning, or good evening, wherever you may be in the world. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.